Hi everyone, it's Kerchi. For those of you new to my channel, I collect Polly Pockets and other similar compact toys. In regards to the modern Polly Pockets that were rebooted back in 2018, there was controversy around them because they looked a little basic. So I started a series where I repaint them to try and give them more detail and make them look like the vintage ones. Since I started that series, I've gotten a lot of positive feedback and people are repainting their Pollies too. But I've also gotten comments from people who want to repaint their Pollies but are a bit hesitant because they're worried they're gonna mess up or they're worried that they don't know how to do it. So I created this step-by-step tutorial on how to repaint your Polly Pockets to make them look more creative. And this also applies to other toys that you want to give a makeover to. Hopefully this tutorial will make you feel a lot more confident in repainting your Polly Pockets because repainting them has been so much fun for me and very therapeutic. Here are all the things you'll need for this tutorial. Go ahead and pause the video so you can read the list and come back to the video when you're ready. Acrylic paints. The brand doesn't matter because all that matters is the color range. Here are some cheap acrylic paints I bought at a craft store. Gesso. Use gesso as a base for any tough areas you want to paint over. This helps acrylic paint stick better, and I like using it to paint over graphics. Some say you should gesso the entire surface no matter what, but I'll leave that up to you. Matte or gloss varnish. A varnish will seal your paint job and prevent it from being chipped. I like using matte for my Polly Pockets, but you can use gloss if you prefer. Fine tip brushes. A wide range of fine tip brushes will greatly help you in painting teeny tiny areas. They're usually sold in sets that also come with small flat brushes. Dotting tools. I love the dotting technique, as you've seen in my other repaint videos. It's an easy way to add decoration to my repaints. Get dotting tools with different ball sizes so you can create a variety of dots. X-Acto knife. Use this to gently scratch off any dried acrylic paint that accidentally got in areas it's not meant to be in. Paint palette. Of course, you'll need a surface to squeeze out your acrylic paints. Here's a simple paint palette you can find in any store. Paper towel. I always have paper towel handy to keep my hands and brushes clean. Cleaning spray. Use this in conjunction with the paper towels to keep your workstation and brushes clean. Now that you have all your materials, let's get started with giving our Polly Pocket a makeover. Step 1. Pick your Polly Pocket. The most obvious step. Pick your favorite Polly Pocket to repaint. I'm going to be doing Art Studio from the Tiny Pocket World series. Step 2. Start with the backgrounds. A rule of painting is start with the background, then foreground, then details. Begin painting any background areas, such as the floor graphic on this compact. Step 3. Add more coats if necessary. Add as many coats as necessary to really make those colors pop. Step 4. Paint the details. The fun part is adding all the little details. The fine tip brushes and dotting tools are especially helpful here. And step 5, which is the final step, seal it with varnish. Once you're happy with your repaint and everything is dry, seal it off with varnish. I just do one thin coat of matte varnish. Let this dry for 48 hours before you start playing with your brand new repainted Polly Pocket. Here are my personal tips and tricks to make repainting easier for you. Grab a lot of paint with your brush. I'm talking a lot. Then just glide it on the surface. Don't worry about it looking globby because once it dries, it will flatten. Like the brushes, grab a lot of paint on your dotting tool as well. Lightly tap the surface of your Polly Pocket and voila! You have a perfect circle. To clean your brushes between colors, spray some cleaner on a paper towel. Swirl your brush on the paper towel till all the paint is gone. Now your brush is clean and ready for the next color. Messing up is perfectly fine as acrylic paint isn't permanent. For small mess-ups, take an X-Acto knife and lightly scratch off the paint. On the other side of the compact, you can see that I laid down my white gesso. So now I am moving on to the second level where I am painting the banister, and I want to do a fun rainbow theme because this is an art themed compact. So I thought that I would just go all out and go crazy with the rainbows. I'm also adding silver as an accent color because I just think it looks really good with the whole rainbow theme going on. And it will also help balance out all the many colors that I'm using here. Going back to the bottom of the compact, I want to do another rainbow pattern down here. My idea is kind of paint splatter, but in some kind of pattern. I'm also adding some tan colors to match the tan colors that are on the second level of this compact. So I am just painting the tables that tan color because it just looks more natural, like natural wood. I just want to break up this blue right here by adding some yellow. And I'm using white to paint the paint palette itself. More accents over here, more details. For the paint buckets, I had an idea that they would overflow and kind of fall onto the floor, so I'm painting those to look like they're actually dripping. I'm going back and forth and adding more details onto the paint palette as well. I'm just going around and filling in all the little details that I missed. Now using my dotting method, I am adding a bunch of rainbow dots all over the upper level of this compact. I'm also taking some miniature dots and adding those to the bottom level. I'm not sure what my idea is here. I do know that I wanted a little bit more pizzazz because the colors looked a little too flat. Now that I have my wonderful rainbow bonanza, I am sealing everything with matte varnish. As I mentioned earlier, I am just doing a very thin coat all throughout the compact. And here are the results. Painting Polly Pockets, and other toys for that matter, isn't all that intimidating. In fact, it's easy and therapeutic. Best of all, you get to unleash all your creativity and give these toys a brand new life. And that's really all there is to it. At the end of the day, it's your toy, your collection, your vision. Just paint whatever comes into your head. Don't think too hard about it because creativity is more of a feeling more so than a thought, if that makes any sense. I would love to see what you guys are painting, so go ahead and tag me on Instagram and I will share it with everyone. I think everyone deserves to see your beautiful creations, so don't forget to tag me because I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with.